Hello. Today's practice is a flow towards Kurmasana or Tortoise Pose. So it's an introspective practice leading to this deep forward fold at the end of class. So we'll be looking at going deeper using this time of the lockdown to look at what we are being shown about ourselves. So we've all experienced things being taken away from us and other things being given to us. In this way, we may be confronted by light and dark aspects of ourselves. For today's practice, you might like to gather a block or a firm cushion and a blanket as well. See you on the mat. We'll find our way onto our mat in easy pose or sukhasana. So the legs are crossed, hands resting on the knees. You can rock side to side here, lifting each sit bone off the ground, finding the center of your pelvis. And some of you might like to sit up on a blanket or a block to get the hips up higher than the knees. You can close down the eyes and start to draw the arrows of your attention inwards, letting the awareness rest on the breath as you feel space up through the front of the torso. You need to take a deep inhale through the nose and an exhale, let it all out through the mouth. And an inhale back through the nose. And exhale, let it all out. Just one breath. Inhale back through the nose and an exhale to release. You can return to the normal, natural breath and take your hand onto the belly. You can start to send your breath into the palm of the hand, feeling the belly expand as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, sensing your palm retracting back to the spine. Keep breathing into the hand, full steady inhales and exhales. We're breathing with sahaja breath, which means the breath that we were born with, the natural breath. You can take the other hand to the back, palm facing out, and as you exhale, feel the breath send to the back hand. And the inhale inflates the belly, lifting the front hand. And as you exhale, sending the breath through the body into the back hand. Let the awareness settle in on the belly and the sensations. The breath moving forward and backward. Steady breath in and a full breath out. And letting the hands come back to the knees, focusing on a steady inhale and exhale as you reach out through the crown of the head. We'll take a collective exhale together, opening the eyes. Bring the fingertips up to the nose, running the fingers up the bridge of the nose and underneath the eyebrows, giving yourself a little massage. Running the fingers back into the temples and the scalp, rubbing the head. And then the hands can find the neck, the sides of the neck. The ears can release to the shoulders. You can spend some time here rubbing the shoulders, releasing the neck, starting to feel into the body. You can take the left hand to the right hand, starting to massage the palm. And then you'll bring that massaging action up the wrist and the forearm, all the way up the arm, wherever it feels nice. And giving yourself a little hug, chin tucks to chest. And then we'll take the right hand to the left hand. Giving the palm, the fingers a rub, massaging up the arm, and all the way up the shoulder. And then bringing the arms back again, hugging in, feeling the spine curl and round. And then you can release the hands back behind you, expand the heart into space. And then stretching the legs long in front of you, You can flex and extend the toes, starting to wake up the legs. You can draw the right foot up, and once again, massaging the sole of the foot, top of the foot, bringing the massage up the leg. So we all have parts of our body that we think are ugly, that we don't like to look at. Letting this be a time to start to bring your awareness to those parts of your body, sending them a little bit of love, shining a little bit of light on the ignored shadow aspects of yourself. So you can bring this massage all the way up the back to the belly, wherever feels nice. We're going to find our way to a seated figure 4. Hands can come behind you, pressing into the base of the palms. And we'll take the right ankle across the left knee. So you can stay here, sending the knee away from the torso and starting to extend through the spine. If you'd like more sensation in the hips, sliding the left heel up closer to the sitting bone. We release the foot back and take the left ankle up over the right knee. Once again, sending the knee away from the torso as you roll the shoulder heads open, expanding the heart into space. You can release the leg, crossing at the ankles, rolling over the shin bones, making your way to a tabletop. Confirm the pads of the knuckles into the mat beneath you. And we'll let the belly dip into a dog tilt, reaching out through the heart. Exhale, curling the tailbone down, arching the upper back up as the chin tucks. And as you inhale, sliding that sacrum back up to the sky, shoulder blades opening. Exhale, curling back, press the ground away. Inhaling, extending the leg long behind you, hip distance, press through the ball of the foot. Exhale, curl, knee to nose. Inhale, knee comes out to the side, flexing the foot 90-degree ankle. Stay for the exhale, and inhale, stretch the leg back out behind you. Exhale, curl, knee to nose. Inhale, fire hydrant. Stay for the exhale, and inhale, expanding, stretching long. Last time, tiger curl, fire hydrant. Stay for the exhale. And the inhale re-expands. Press through the ball of the foot, reach through the heart, tabletop. Inhale, left leg extends behind the hip, pressing through heel or ball. Tiger curl, knee to nose. Fire hydrant, stay for the inhale and exhale here. Inhale, re-extending. 2 more times, exhale, curling in. Inhale, lifting the knee level to the hip, keeping that foot flex, lift. Inhale, extend, foot behind you. Last time, tiger curl, knee to nose. Inhale, knee comes out to the side, gazing to the foot or to the knee. Inhale, extend long. And exhale, tabletop. You can tuck the toes here and sink the hips back to the heels for child's pose. Elbows can be lifted, drawing the shoulders away from the hands. The inhale can come back up, tabletop. We're going to lift the knees here. So as you inhale, lifting the knees to hover just a few inches above the mat and then sinking them back into a floating child. So the knees will stay lifted. Right foot steps outside the right hand into lizard lunge. Pulse back and forth, keeping the back leg active as you press into the back toes. Exhale, floating childs. Inhale, lizard lunge, left side. Pulsing back and forth. And let the hips be heavy here. And reach out through the crown of the head. Exhale, floating childs. Inhale, roll forward using the knees on the mat. Find a modified plank pose. Shoulders are stacked over wrist creases. And then allow the hips to sink, expanding the heart into space. Feeling the shoulder blades move into the body. Back to modified plank. Shoulders in line with hips, and then lower as you exhale all the way to the mat. Locust pose. Inhale, lift to the heart. And exhale, rolling back down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, locust pose. Kneecaps lift into thighs. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale up. And tucking the toes, coming up to a modified upward facing dog. And we sink back, finding a downward facing dog. The feet can come wide. You can pedal into the feet here, finding space in the spine. And then coming up onto tented fingers, finding more length and walking the hands back to the feet as you exhale. Forward fold. Easing into the left knee and then the right knee, starting to sway side to side, lubricating the hips and the lower spine. Come to a low squat, hips level to knees, lengthening the spine parallel to the ground, and then find a forward fold, lifting the hips up. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale, reach the hands up and over the head, feet wide, lean back, hands to prayer, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk the hands forward, find plank pose. Exhale to the ground, hips and shoulders. Fingertips come out to the sides of the shoulders. Find a cobra pose, and then exhale, release the right shoulder head to the middle of the mat. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, release the left shoulder head down into the center of the mat. Coming back up, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Hands frame the bottom of the ribs. Inhale, up. And tucking the toes. Finding your way back to downward facing dog through floating child's. Torso reaches to thighs. Inhale. Exhale, floating child's. Inhale, right foot, lizard lunge. Exhale, floating child's. Inhale, left foot, lizard lunge. Exhale, floating child's. And inhale, hop to malasana, front of the mat. Stay in squat, or if you're ready, sending the hips down to the mat, hands to prayer, arms pressing, knees open. Forward fold as you exhale, pouring the heart down. And inhale, we rise, Urdhva Hastasana, hands to prayer, lean back. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, spine extends. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the right leg up, three-legged dog. Scorpion tail, stack the hips, heel reaches to bottom. Inhale, re-extend, stepping the foot through to the top of the mat. Finding runner's lunge to high lunge. Inhale, reach the arms. Stay for the exhale. We're going to circle the hands back behind us and then inhale, reach up. Exhale, back. Inhale, reach up. Last time, flossing the shoulders. Inhale, up. And exhale, floating the hands to frame the foot. Downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts high. Scorpion tail, hips stack, heel to bottom. Exhale, stepping the right foot through. Runner's lunge. Inhale, high lunge. We'll go the other way with our arm circles. Exhale the hands forward. And inhale, back behind you, lifting up. Exhale, forward. Last time. Inhale, we reach up. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Step back. Downward facing dog. Exhale, floating child's. Inhale, right leg, lizard lunge. Exhale, child's. Left leg, lizard lunge. Exhale, child's. Inhale, hop to malasana. Spiraling the collarbones wide. Forward fold, exhale. Pressing into the feet, we rise, halfway lift, and pour back forward. Crown heavy. Pressing into the feet, rising again, swinging the arms up and above, opening the heart into space. Flow back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, stacking the hips open. Inhale. Exhale, stepping the foot through between the hands. High lunge, inhale. And then as you exhale, open arm twist, left palm to inside of foot, sweeping the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow to knee, ground back heel. Left arm reaches up to the sky as you deepen into that front knee. Spiral the heart up to the sky. 5 pointed star, toes to the long edge of the mat. Warrior 2, back of the mat. Shifting the feet, reaching through the arms. Inhale, 5 pointed star. Exhale, hands to hips. Forward fold, exhale. You can send the heels out and bring the toes in. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the mat. And as you exhale, we'll pivot forward, find your runner's lunge. One long line of energy. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, vinyasa. Find a chaturanga, upward facing dog if you're ready. Back to downward dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, stacking the hips. Exhale, foot between the hands. High lunge, inhale, expanding heart, heavying the hips. Open arm twist, right hand grounds to the inside of the foot, sweeping the left arm up, expanding the wings, extended side angle. Elbow to knee, grounding back heel, reaching the right arm up to the sky. 5 pointed star burst open, warrior 2 back of the mat. Peeling the hips open, 5 pointed star, hands to the hips, tractioning the spine long as you find your forward fold. Hands to the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, runner's lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, step back. Inhale, roll forward, plank pose, vinyasa, chaturanga, upward facing dog, sip the breath in, downward facing dog. Stay for the inhale. And as you exhale, right foot, lizard lunge, floating child's. Inhale, left foot, lizard lunge, floating child's. Hopping forward, inhale, malasana. Stay for the exhale. Take one more inhale, and then forward fold, pouring the breath out. Growing tall, Urdhva Hastasana, sweeping the hands up to the sky, forward fold, release, pouring the heart forward. Halfway lift, expanding the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high, scorpion tail. Exhale the foot between the hands, high lunge, inhale. Exhale, open arm twist, reaching up with the right arm, sliding that right hip behind you, extended side angle. Left arm reaches up, over the head, 5 pointed star, to warrior 2. Inhale, we come back up to our 5 pointed star. And then as you exhale, we're going to come to goddess pose. So peeling the knees out over the toes, hands can come to hips. Straightening the legs, find a Prasarita Padottanasana, wide leg forward fold. Hands to the mat. Skandasana, sinking into the front knee, back toes up to the sky. Inhaling, lifting up, exhaling over the back knee. Toes lift up to the sky. And coming back, warrior 2, front of the mat. See if you can make your transition smooth. Windmilling the hands, framing the foot. Plank pose and vinyasa. Flowing with the breath, pressing the ground away. And downward facing dog, three-legged dog, left leg, stacking the hips. Exhale, foot steps through. High lunge, use the breath to float up. Open arm twist, left arm reaches for the sky as the left hip slides back. Extended side angle, sweeping the right arm up and exhaling over the head. Inhale, warrior 2, back of the mat. Peeling that knee over the little toes. Inhaling, 5 pointed star. Hands to the hips. Goddess pose. Let the shoulders float over the hips here. And then straightening the legs, finding your wide leg forward fold, tractioning spine from pelvis. Hands can release to the mat. Skandasana, sinking into the front knee, back toes lifting. Inhaling up, exhaling over the back leg. Warrior two, transition smoothly, opening the arms and staying for the inhale. Runner's lunge, taking up space, step back, vinyasa through. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Taking an inhale here, floating your child's exhale. Inhale, right leg lizard lunge. Exhale, float the child's. Inhale, left leg lizard lunge. Exhale, float the child's malasana. Inhale, step it forward, sink the hips. Collarbones open wide. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Tailbone long. Forward fold, release the hands, down the thighs, down the calves. Half lift. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Last round through. Inhale, scorpion tail, stacking the hips. Runner's lunge to high lunge. Inhale. Open arm twist. Reach up and out. Extended side angle. You can find the arm reaching up and over the head. Maybe the hand rests to the inside of the foot for a bit more depth. Warrior two, back of the mat. Smooth and strong transition. Radiating out from the navel. Triangle pose, straightening the back leg. Arms rotate to 6 and 12. And if you have a block here, you can take it, letting the hand be stacked underneath the shoulder. Reaching up through the right arm. Half moon pose. See if you can shift the weight into the left leg and expand the right leg up and back behind you, keeping that leg lifted and firmed. Exhale, lowering down, figure four. Right ankle stacked over the left knee, hands to prayer. Warrior three, pressing the heel out back behind you. Inhale. Dialing down that lifted hip, stepping back. 5-pointed star, inhale. The hands can come behind you. Find reverse prayer if that's in your range of motion. And sinking the hips down to goddess. You can always find the forearms or the elbows if reverse prayer isn't happening. Just stay here for a few breaths, letting the tailbone reach down as you find more depth. Inhaling, coming up, straightening the legs, finding your wide leg forward fold. Keeping the hands behind you and then releasing them down to the mat. Skandasana over the front leg. Maybe this time we find a twist. Opening that right knee with the back of the arm, lifting the left arm up. Skandasana over the back leg. Lifting the right arm up, heeling the knee open with the arm. Exhale, we come back down. Warrior two, open up. You stay for the full breath. Feeling strength in the legs, and then windmilling the hands, framing the foot. Option to stay here in runners or take lizard. Hands come between the foot, or you can find side plank, stacking the feet, pressing into the left arm, reaching the right arm high. Maybe you find Vashisthasana, peace fingers to big toe, and you can bring the foot around back to lizard pose. You can step back, roll through a vinyasa with an upward facing dog. Hips slide forward. We meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, scorpion tail. Exhale, foot between the feet. Inhale, high lunge. Open arm twist. Exhale, sliding the left hip back. Extended side angle. Right arm reaches up. And then exhale a little bit deeper over the head. Maybe that right arm grounds to the inside of the foot for a bit more depth, a bit more length. You find your warrior two to the back of the mat. Triangle pose. Inhale, reach forward before windmilling the hands. Finding the block. Using the core to lengthen through each side body. Half moon. Burst open. That lifted leg is strong. Figure four. Left ankle on top of right knee. Sink the hips. Reach through the spine. Warrior three. pressing through the back foot, lengthening through the crown of the head, dialing down the lifted hip, easing back, 5-pointed star, expand, take a breath in. Reverse prayer, or hands find the forearms or elbows, goddess pose. Feeling the knees open over the toes. See if you can sink the hips a bit lower and breathe into the sensation. Taking a full inhale. Exhale, straightening the leg, bringing the toes inwards, releasing Prasarita Padottanasana with reversed hands. You can bring the hands to the mat, Skandasana lunge, over the front knee with a twist if you would like. Exhale, come back down, Skandasana to the back. Inhaling, sweeping the arm up. Warrior two. Transition with smoothness, fluidity. Taking an inhale, and then as you exhale, windmilling the hands, we frame the foot. You stay here, find lizard lunge, hands inside the foot, or you take side plank, stepping back, rolling onto the right blade edge. Left arm lifts, hips lift away from the ground. Vashisthasana, pinky fingers to big toe, press through the heel. Lizard lunge, bringing the foot in front. And we take a vinyasa, sinking back. Inhale, shift forward, plank pose to chaturanga, urdhva mukha svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Floating childs. Inhale, lizard lunge, right leg steps forward. Floating childs. Inhale, the left leg steps forward. Floating childs. Hop to malasana. Reaching through the heart, sinking the hips heavy, grounding through the feet. We're going to find ourselves a little bit deeper here into a twist. So you can bring the heels closer together and bringing the right arm long, pressing into the heel of the palm, finding that same twist that you did in Skandasana. Exhale, you can release down, taking the back of the left arm to the inside of the knee as you reach up through the right arm. Spiraling the heart up to the sky. Exhale, we come back down. Coming even deeper so the toes can come together now. You're going to start to draw the torso long to the insides of the knees. As you reach through the arms, finding a forward fold as the knees peel out. Maybe walking the hands out to the side. Maybe the palms flip up. And maybe the palms start to journey behind you, interlacing behind the ankles. Doming the upper back, curling chin into chest. Garland pose. You can release out, sitting bones to the mat. For Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, hands to ankles. Lengthen through the spine as you start to reach through the heart. The hands can come to the toes, maybe the elbows to the outside of the shins as you start to lengthen through the spine. And when you're ready, curling the upper spine, once again, chin drawing into the chest. A steady, easy breath here. And slowly releasing up and out for Janu Sirsana. Left sole of the foot to the right inseam. You can release the torso over the right leg. So the heart is reaching towards the toes. You can find the ankle or the foot as the forehead reaches to the shin. You can either gaze to the toe or release the head down. Inhaling, coming up. Marichyasana C. Left sole of the foot to the ground. Kickstanding, right arm behind you. Reach up with the left arm, maybe finding the foot or the ankle. Finding another forward fold here, staying grounded through that left foot. You can take the hands out to the side, just like we did in that cobra. Leveraging the heart forward, staying there, or maybe finding a half bind, hands interlace the outside of the hip. As you continue to leverage the heart forward, gazing to the toes, you can release out. We'll find Janu Sirsana on the other side. Right sole of foot to inseam of left thigh. You find a little twist here before releasing over the left leg, drawing the torso long, gazing to the toes. Then you find length in the spine as you ground down through both sitting bones. You keep gazing to the toes or the forehead releases to the shin. Finding equanimity in your breath as you release and soften. As you inhale, you can come up and out. Marichyasana C, grounding through the right foot, reaching up with the right hand. Exhale, forward fold. You can find the ankle or find the foot. You stay here or bringing the hands out to the side, pressing into the fingers. Back of the arm presses into the shin to leverage you forward. Maybe finding a half bind, hands behind the hips. Keep gazing to the toes. Keep those extended toes lifting up to the shin. You can release out. Upavishta Konasana, wide leg, forward fold. The knees face upwards, toes lifting up to the shins. And once again, initiating that forward fold, walking the hands long. And as you ground through the sitting bones, starting to release. Stay here or peace fingers, once again, can find the big toes, using gentle leverage to draw the body forward once again. Inhale, come up and out. You can bend the knees up to the sky, and we're going to wiggle our shoulders underneath the knees. So you're going to have a real dome in the spine, and the hands will come out to the sides. The toes will come up, and you can start to stretch the heels out long. So the legs are going to bring the arms down towards the ground, and the spine will continue to round for full Kurmasana. So just taking this as deep as you'd like. The knees can stay as bent as you need. And to come out, you can gently soften the heels up towards the body, bringing the arms out from under the legs. We'll come onto the mat now for a dancing bridge. You can stack the ankles underneath the knees. And taking hold of the sides of the mat, you can inhale, lift the hips up, wiggle the shoulder blades underneath the upper back. You can start to lower the hips up and down with the breath. And then when you're ready, starting to slide the hips side to side as well as up and down. So you're dancing, circling the hips in one direction. And then with the change of the breath, you can circle the other way. And it's nice here to add the arms, letting the hands float above the shoulders to rub the upper back. It's a gentle massage as well as a hip release. And then releasing the hands over the head. Exhale, knees to chest, Apanasana. Hands find one another on top of the shins as you rock side to side. And release the spine. Finding a twist here, knees release to the left, gazing over the right arm. And then inhale, releasing the knees over to the right side, gazing over the left arm. And let the shoulders be soft and melt. You can come back up to center, and if you have a block or a cushion, you can find legs up the wall. So you can take that block or cushion underneath the pelvis and let the knees be soft. Let the heels float over the hips. And the hands can be on the belly or at the sides. So you may choose to stay here. Some of us may choose to take shoulder stand if that's in our practice. And drawing the hips up over the shoulders, hands will find the lower back. And you can lengthen the legs. Find a bit more length here in the body as you walk the hands up the back. Drawing the elbows in front of you and closer together. Making sure that the weight is on the upper back. Shoulder blades drawing under. And you can release the right leg behind the head for malasana, and then the left. And then maybe both legs behind the head for full halasana plow pose. And if this is you, you can extend the hands long in front of you, interlacing the fingers. And keep wiggling the shoulder blades together to support most of the body's weight. And stay steady with the breath. And when you're ready, lifting the legs back up, supporting the hips down with the hands. And let the feet rest on the mat. You can release the ears side to side. Gentle neck releases. You move slowly and mindfully, staying in your body. You let the hands rest on the belly once again, finding sahaja, the breath that we are born with. Inhales matching the exhales. In what ways are you being shown your shadow? And in what ways are you being shown your light? And you can stay here with knees bent. If you'd like to take full savasana, you can do so now. Allowing the body to melt down into the ground. Letting the tongue soften from the roof of the mouth. Bring your awareness back to the breath, rising and falling. You can gently circle the wrists. Maybe the hands find the nose again, rubbing up the face to the temples. Before releasing the arms over the head, finding a stretch, squeezing the muscles onto the bones. Find length. You can massage the arms. Give yourself another hug. And then the right knee will squeeze in, drawing it to the side of the body. You can massage the foot, back of the leg. And then the left knee draws in, massaging the foot and up the leg. You can massage the hips. And when you're ready, you come onto the side of the body, keeping the stillness in your mind. When you're ready, you can come up to seated. So being mindful here not to let our mind rush ahead into the future, staying in the present moment. You can come back to seated on the block or just on the mat is fine. Allowing the shoulders to float over the hips and the hands to rest on the knees, palms up. Our awareness will come back to the inflow and outflow of breath. Observing the sensation in the belly and allowing ourselves to be with all of our thoughts, all of our feelings. Allowing ourselves to witness the shadow, knowing that when we bring our awareness to the shadow self, we bring healing, we bring wholeness. Our shadow no longer drives our subconscious. Steady inhale and a steady exhale. With a deep inhale, and bring the hands together at the heart and bowing the head to the fingertips. The light in me acknowledges the light in each of you. Thank you for joining me today in a flow to Kurmasana. Namaste.